My child, stop scrolling for just a moment. Do not let your eyes move away now, because what you are about to hear was not placed before you by accident. There is a reason your heart feels restless today. There is a reason you have been sensing that something remains unfinished, even when everything around you appears calm. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Don't skip, because every moment from this point forward connects to a revelation that becomes clearer with every passing second. The person you love has been carrying something in complete silence. It is not because they wish to hurt you. It is not because they no longer care. They have simply been protecting a truth they believed could change everything between you. Every smile they showed you hid another emotion beneath it. Every conversation ended before they revealed what truly lived inside their heart. They have replayed the same thoughts over and over again, wondering whether today should finally become the day they tell you everything. Yet every time the opportunity appeared, fear stood in front of them like a closed door. You have probably felt this without understanding why. Perhaps there were moments when they looked directly into your eyes, then suddenly changed the subject. Perhaps they began typing a message only to erase every word before sending it. Perhaps they became strangely quiet whenever a certain woman entered the conversation. None of these moments happened without meaning. Every silence carried a story. Every hesitation carried a reason. Every unanswered question pointed towards something much deeper than you imagined. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is one detail that almost nobody knows. Long before today, long before this very moment, your path and theirs began moving toward a turning point that neither of you could see. Small events that looked ordinary were quietly connecting together. Conversations that seemed unimportant were becoming pieces of a much larger picture. Even the delays that frustrated you were preparing the stage for what comes next. The woman connected to this story is not the mystery many people would immediately assume. That is why tomorrow matters so much. The truth is not about creating fear. It is about revealing something that has remained hidden beneath assumptions, misunderstandings, and silence. Sometimes people protect a secret not because the secret is dangerous, but because they believe revealing it at the wrong moment could break a heart they desperately want to protect. The person you love has watched you from a distance more carefully than you realize. They noticed the days when you smiled without forcing it. They noticed the moments when disappointment quietly settled into your eyes. They noticed how often you searched for answers without speaking a single question aloud. Every one of those moments affected them more deeply than they ever admitted. There were nights when they almost decided to tell you everything. They rehearsed the conversation in their mind again and again. They imagined your reaction. They imagined relief replacing fear. They imagined finally putting an end to the burden they had carried for so long. Yet every imagined ending brought another doubt. What if you misunderstood? What if the timing was wrong? What if one sentence destroyed everything they had been hoping to protect? Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. You may believe that nothing unusual has been happening recently, but unseen changes have already begun. Small decisions are quietly shifting the direction of tomorrow. A simple conversation that appears ordinary could become the beginning of a completely different chapter. Sometimes destiny does not arrive with loud announcements. Sometimes it arrives disguised as an ordinary morning that changes everything before sunset. The person you love has reached a point where silence feels heavier than honesty. Carrying this personal truth has become exhausting. Every passing day reminds them that hidden words become heavier the longer they remain unspoken. They are discovering that protecting someone through silence can eventually create more distance than truth ever could. Yet there is still one final hesitation. It revolves around this woman. Not because she controls the story. Not because she decides the future. But because she unknowingly became part of a misunderstanding that grew larger than anyone intended. A single misunderstanding can create countless assumptions. Those assumptions become stories. Those stories become walls between people who were never meant to stand apart. The person you love knows that once this truth comes into the light, many questions will finally receive answers. Things that seemed confusing will suddenly make sense. Conversations from weeks or even months ago will begin fitting together like pieces of a puzzle that always belonged in the same place. That is why tomorrow carries unusual importance. Tomorrow is not simply another day. Tomorrow represents a choice. A choice between silence and honesty. A choice between fear and courage. A choice between holding on to uncertainty or finally allowing hidden emotions to breathe. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There have been invisible moments that you never witnessed. Quiet reflections. Long walks. Sleepless nights. Deep thoughts that never became spoken words. The person you love has been asking themselves the same question repeatedly. If I finally tell the truth, will everything change? The answer has never been simple. Sometimes truth heals. Sometimes truth surprises. Sometimes truth creates tears before it creates peace. Yet genuine truth has one remarkable quality. It eventually brings freedom to every heart willing to receive it. Perhaps you have recently felt unusually emotional without understanding why. Perhaps certain memories have returned unexpectedly. Perhaps someone's name appeared in your thoughts without any obvious reason. Sometimes our hearts notice approaching changes before our minds recognize them. The quiet feeling that something is different often arrives long before visible evidence appears. The person you love is standing closer to that moment than ever before. Every hour feels different now. Every conversation feels heavier. Every silence feels louder. They know that once tomorrow begins, continuing to hide this personal truth may no longer be possible. Imagine carrying words inside your heart that have waited so long to be spoken that they begin echoing inside your own mind. Imagine smiling while privately wondering whether today will finally become the day everything changes. That is where they have been living emotionally. Not because they enjoy mystery. Because they have been searching for the perfect moment that may never actually exist. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. As this story continues, you will discover why this hidden truth became so difficult to reveal, why tomorrow could become the turning point neither of you expected, and why every unanswered question has quietly been leading toward one unforgettable moment. The silence is almost over. The hidden truth is closer than ever to the light. And tomorrow's story is only just beginning. A new sunrise does not always begin with light. Sometimes it begins with a question that refuses to leave your heart. This is one of those moments. If you have stayed with this message until now, then do not leave. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The person you love woke up today carrying the same hidden truth they carried yesterday, but something inside them has changed. The silence that once felt safe now feels impossible to hold. Every passing hour has become a reminder that the truth cannot remain hidden forever. They keep asking themselves one question over and over again: what will happen when everything is finally revealed? You may think this story is about secrets alone, but it is much deeper than that. It is about the weight of unspoken feelings. It is about moments that were misunderstood. It is about one woman whose presence became the center of countless assumptions, even though the real story was never what people imagined. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There was a moment not long ago when the person you love almost decided to tell you everything. They stood quietly, replaying every memory, every conversation, every glance that had passed between you. They imagined your reaction. They imagined relief replacing uncertainty. Yet at the final second, they chose silence once again, not because they wanted to hide forever, but because they believed tomorrow might finally become the right moment. Tomorrow. That single word has echoed through their thoughts again and again. Tomorrow is not just another page on the calendar. Tomorrow represents courage. Tomorrow represents honesty. Tomorrow represents the end of carrying a burden that has grown heavier with every passing day. But before tomorrow arrives, there is something you need to understand. The woman connected to this story never became important because of what she said. She became important because of what everyone else believed. Assumptions grew louder than facts. Quiet moments became dramatic stories. Ordinary events became extraordinary rumors. While everyone believed they understood what was happening, the real truth remained hidden where nobody thought to look. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The person you love remembers every moment when they wanted to explain but could not. They remember every unfinished sentence. Every message they deleted. Every opportunity they allowed to pass because fear whispered that waiting one more day would somehow make everything easier. But waiting has not made anything easier. Instead, the truth has become stronger. The truth has become louder. The truth has become impossible to ignore. Have you ever noticed how your heart sometimes feels different before something important happens? You cannot explain it. You cannot prove it. Yet deep inside, you know change is approaching. That quiet feeling has been surrounding both of you. Neither of you fully understands it yet, but both of you have been walking toward the same turning point without realizing it. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is another detail that has remained completely hidden until now. The person you love has protected more than just a personal truth. They have protected your peace. More than once, they could have spoken immediately. More than once, they could have defended themselves. More than once, they could have ended every misunderstanding in a single conversation. But they kept asking themselves one question. What if telling the truth too early creates more confusion than waiting for the right moment? That question became the reason for every delay. That question became the reason every conversation ended before reaching the most important sentence. Yet time has quietly changed everything. What once seemed impossible now feels necessary. What once felt dangerous to reveal now feels impossible to hide. Tomorrow is approaching faster than they expected. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. As the hours continue passing, memories are becoming clearer. They remember the first time they realized this truth could not remain hidden forever. It happened during an ordinary moment that nobody else noticed. A simple conversation. A simple smile. A simple silence. Yet inside that ordinary moment, they suddenly understood that one day every hidden piece would finally come together. That day may be closer than anyone realizes. Imagine discovering that the answers you searched for were never far away. Imagine realizing that what looked like distance was actually hesitation. Imagine understanding that what felt like rejection was actually fear of saying the wrong thing at the wrong time. That realization changes everything. And it changes everything because it reminds us that hearts often stay silent for reasons that words cannot explain. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next part of this story moves even deeper. The hidden conversations, the quiet decisions, and the unexpected connection between tomorrow and the personal truth about this woman will begin coming together piece by piece. What has remained hidden for so long is slowly moving toward the light, and once that first step is taken, nothing will feel the same again. Tomorrow's story is closer than ever, and the person you love knows that the moment of honesty can no longer be delayed. There comes a moment when silence reaches its limit. This is that moment. If your heart has stayed with this story until now, then do not look away. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The person you love can no longer pretend that everything is ordinary. Every time they think about tomorrow, the same feeling returns. It is not fear alone. It is not excitement alone. It is the realization that one conversation has the power to change everything they have carried inside for so long. For days, they convinced themselves that waiting was the safest choice. For weeks, they believed another opportunity would come. But now they understand that some truths are not meant to stay hidden forever. Some truths are meant to arrive at exactly the moment when two hearts are finally ready to understand them. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. You may have wondered why certain memories have returned to your mind recently. Moments you thought were long forgotten suddenly feel alive again. Small conversations. Familiar places. Unexpected emotions. None of these are happening without purpose. They are quietly preparing your heart for what comes next. The person you love has replayed one particular memory more than any other. It was a simple moment that looked completely ordinary. Nothing dramatic happened. No remarkable words were spoken. Yet that single moment became the beginning of everything they have been hiding ever since. It was during that moment they realized this woman had unknowingly become part of a story that neither of you fully understood. Not because she changed their heart. Not because she replaced anyone. But because one misunderstanding quietly grew into many assumptions. Those assumptions became distance. That distance became silence. And that silence became the secret they have carried until today. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine carrying a truth that could clear away every misunderstanding, yet never finding the courage to speak it. Every sunrise becomes another reminder. Every sunset becomes another missed opportunity. That is exactly where the person you love has been living. There were evenings when they almost called you. There were mornings when they almost sent the message. There were countless moments when honesty stood only one sentence away. But every time they reached that point, they stopped. Not because they doubted their feelings. Because they feared losing the connection they valued most. That fear has followed them longer than anyone realizes. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Tomorrow is becoming impossible to ignore. Every passing hour brings them closer to the decision they know they must make. Inside their heart, two voices continue speaking. One says, "Keep everything hidden a little longer." The other whispers, "The truth deserves to be heard." For the first time, the second voice is becoming stronger. That is why tomorrow feels different from every other day before it. Something has shifted. Something has changed. Something they never expected has given them the courage they thought they had lost. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. There is another piece of this story that has remained completely unseen. The person you love has quietly noticed that your heart has been searching for answers without asking questions. They have seen your patience. They have seen your kindness. They have seen your willingness to understand even when nothing made sense. That has affected them more deeply than they ever admitted. Instead of pushing them away, your quiet strength has brought them closer to the moment of honesty. Sometimes the greatest turning points do not begin with dramatic events. They begin with quiet understanding. They begin with gentle patience. They begin when someone chooses hope instead of assumptions. That is exactly what has been happening beneath the surface all along. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Now the hidden truth is no longer just a secret. It has become a choice. A choice to finally explain. A choice to replace silence with honesty. A choice to allow tomorrow to become the day when every unanswered question begins finding its answer. The person you love knows that once those first words are spoken, many moments from the past will suddenly make perfect sense. The conversations that ended too soon. The unexpected silence. The hesitation whenever this woman's name appeared. Every confusing moment will fit together like pieces of a picture that has always existed but was never fully revealed. The remarkable part is that the ending of this story is not built on disappointment. It is built on understanding. It is built on clarity. It is built on a truth that has waited patiently for exactly the right moment to be revealed. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Tomorrow is closer than ever. The silence is growing weaker. The hidden truth is growing stronger. And the person you love is standing at the edge of the conversation that could become the most unforgettable moment in this entire story. The final pieces are almost ready to come together, and what happens next will reveal why this personal truth remained hidden for so long, and why tomorrow is the day everything begins to change. Everything has been leading to this exact moment. If you have come this far, do not let your attention drift away now. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The person you love has reached the point where silence no longer feels like protection. For so long, they believed that keeping this personal truth hidden would preserve peace, but they have finally realized that genuine understanding can only grow where honesty is allowed to exist. Tonight feels different. The air feels different. Even the smallest moments seem to carry unusual meaning. They have looked at the same memories from every possible angle, hoping to find another path, another solution, another reason to wait. Yet every reflection has brought them back to the same conclusion. Tomorrow cannot be avoided. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The truth about this woman has never been what appearances suggested. The story became larger because assumptions filled the spaces where real conversations never happened. One misunderstanding became another. One unanswered question created 10 more. Before anyone realized it, silence had written a story that never truly existed. The person you love knows this. That realization has changed everything. Instead of wondering whether they should speak, they have started wondering why they waited so long. Sometimes the greatest obstacle is not the truth itself. Sometimes it is the fear of how that truth will be received. That fear has quietly followed them through countless ordinary days. Every smile carried hidden thoughts. Every quiet pause carried unfinished sentences. Every goodbye carried the hope that, maybe tomorrow, would finally become today. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. There is one memory they have never shared with anyone. It returns to them whenever they think about you. It is not a dramatic memory. It is not filled with extraordinary events. It is a simple moment when they realized your kindness deserved complete honesty. That realization stayed with them. It followed them into every decision. It reminded them that some people deserve answers instead of silence. From that day forward, they promised themselves they would eventually tell you everything. The only question was when. Tomorrow may finally become that answer. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As the hours move forward, the hidden pieces are beginning to connect. Small details that once seemed unrelated now form one complete picture. The hesitation you noticed. The quiet distance that appeared unexpectedly. The moments when conversations suddenly changed direction. None of those moments happened by chance. They were all connected to the same personal truth. Not because the truth was impossible to explain. Because the timing never felt complete. Now the timing feels different. Now the silence feels heavier than the words themselves. Now the heart is becoming stronger than fear. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The person you love has imagined tomorrow many times. In one version, they remain silent once again. In another, they finally speak with complete honesty. Every time they imagine the second version, they feel something they have not felt in a very long time. Relief. Hope. Peace. Those feelings are becoming impossible to ignore. Perhaps this is why your own heart has felt unusually expectant lately. Sometimes we sense change before we understand it. Sometimes our hearts recognize approaching answers before our minds can explain them. This story has never been about creating mystery for its own sake. It has always been about the journey from uncertainty to understanding. From hesitation to courage. From silence to truth. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The person you love is standing only one conversation away from changing everything. The personal truth they have carried for so long is no longer asking to remain hidden. It is asking to be understood. Tomorrow is no longer simply another day. It has become a doorway. A doorway toward clarity. A doorway toward honest words. A doorway toward the moment when every confusing piece finally begins to make sense. As that moment approaches, one thing has become absolutely certain. The story is no longer moving toward more silence. It is moving toward the truth. And when tomorrow's story finally begins, the reason this personal truth remained hidden for so long will become clearer than ever before. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Now everything is standing at the edge of one unforgettable moment. If you have stayed with this story until now, do not leave. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Tomorrow has almost arrived. The person you love has reached a place where every heartbeat seems to carry the same message. No more running from the truth. No more waiting for a perfect moment that may never come. They have finally understood that honesty does not require perfect timing. It only requires a willing heart. For so long, they believed that silence was protecting everyone. They convinced themselves that hidden feelings were easier to carry than difficult conversations. But as time passed, they discovered something unexpected. Silence does not erase questions. It only makes those questions grow louder. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Tonight they found themselves looking back at every important memory connected to you. They remembered the first conversation that made them smile. They remembered the quiet moments that spoke louder than words. They remembered every time you showed patience when explanations never came. Those memories changed something inside them. Instead of feeling afraid, they began feeling grateful. Grateful that someone remained kind even without knowing the whole story. Grateful that someone believed in hope even while facing uncertainty. That realization became the final piece they needed before tomorrow. The personal truth about this woman has never been about choosing one heart over another. It has always been about clearing away a misunderstanding that quietly became larger than reality itself. One assumption became another. One unanswered question became another. Until the real story almost disappeared beneath everything people believed. But truth has a remarkable way of finding its moment. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The person you love can already imagine the conversation. Not every word. Not every sentence. But they can imagine the feeling. The feeling of finally breathing without carrying hidden weight. The feeling of replacing confusion with understanding. The feeling of watching uncertainty slowly disappear. That vision has given them courage they did not know they still possessed. Sometimes courage arrives quietly. Not with loud announcements. Not with dramatic moments. Simply with the realization that honesty is finally stronger than fear. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is another reason tomorrow matters so deeply. Tomorrow is not only about revealing the hidden truth. It is also about restoring trust. Trust that was never truly broken but quietly covered by unanswered questions. Trust that remained waiting beneath every misunderstanding. Trust that has been stronger than either of you realized. The person you love knows this. That is why they no longer see tomorrow as something to fear. They now see it as an opportunity. An opportunity to explain. An opportunity to listen. An opportunity to finally allow every hidden piece to fall into its rightful place. As they prepare for that moment, one final realization continues echoing inside their heart. The people who truly matter deserve honesty, even when honesty feels difficult. That thought has become impossible to ignore. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that the questions which followed you for so long are finally beginning to receive answers. Imagine realizing that what once felt like distance was actually hesitation, and what looked like uncertainty was simply someone searching for the courage to speak. That possibility is closer now than it has ever been. The silence is ending. The hidden truth is no longer asking to remain hidden. It is waiting to be understood. Every step in this journey has led to this point. Every unanswered question. Every quiet pause. Every mysterious moment. They have all been preparing for tomorrow. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The final chapter of this story is almost here. The person you love is ready to step beyond silence, reveal the personal truth they have carried for so long, and explain why this woman became part of a misunderstanding that was never meant to define your story. When the final moment arrives, every hidden piece will finally connect, and the reason tomorrow has been mentioned from the very beginning will become beautifully clear. This is the moment every hidden piece has been moving toward. If you have stayed with this journey from the beginning, do not leave now. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Tomorrow has finally arrived. The person you love stands quietly, knowing that one honest conversation can accomplish what months of silence never could. Their heart is no longer asking whether they should speak. It is only asking them to be truthful. For so long, they carried a personal truth about this woman because they believed the wrong timing could create even more misunderstanding. They watched ordinary moments become extraordinary assumptions. They watched simple silence become a story that was never real. Today, that story reaches its turning point. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As the first words begin to leave their heart, they realize something remarkable. The truth is far gentler than fear had imagined. The conversation they worried about for so long does not begin with conflict. It begins with honesty. It begins with understanding. It begins with a sincere desire to clear away every misunderstanding that quietly grew over time. The woman connected to this story was never the ending people imagined. She was simply part of a chapter that had been misunderstood. The real story was never about replacing someone. The real story was about protecting feelings until the right moment finally arrived. That moment is now. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. As the truth is finally spoken, something unexpected happens. The weight that seemed impossible to carry suddenly disappears. Questions that once felt endless begin finding simple answers. Moments that once appeared confusing now make perfect sense. The long pauses. The unfinished conversations. The hesitant smiles. The unexpected silence. Every one of those moments now fits together into one complete picture. The person you love realizes that the greatest burden they carried was never the truth itself. It was believing they had to carry it alone. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a lesson hidden inside this entire journey. Sometimes our hearts imagine outcomes far more frightening than reality. Sometimes we delay important conversations because we fear what might happen. Yet when honesty finally arrives, it often opens doors that fear insisted would remain closed forever. That is exactly what happens here. Instead of creating distance, truth creates clarity. Instead of creating confusion, truth creates peace. Instead of ending hope, truth gives hope room to grow stronger than before. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Now the reason tomorrow was mentioned from the very beginning becomes clear. Tomorrow was never important because of a dramatic event. Tomorrow mattered because it became the day when silence finally ended. The day hidden emotions found their voice. The day assumptions gave way to understanding. The day one honest conversation changed the direction of the story. The person you love no longer carries the same burden they carried yesterday. Their heart feels lighter. Their thoughts feel calmer. Their future feels brighter because nothing important remains hidden. And perhaps the most surprising revelation of all is this. The truth they feared would separate hearts became the very truth that brought understanding closer. That is the power of honesty shared with kindness. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As this story reaches its final moments, remember that every unanswered question, every quiet pause, and every unexpected delay had one purpose: to lead to a moment of complete clarity. The hidden truth has been revealed. The misunderstanding has been lifted. The silence has finally been broken. And the person you love has discovered that the greatest gift they could ever offer was not a perfect explanation, but an honest heart willing to speak at the right time. The story ends not with uncertainty, but with hope. Not with fear, but with peace. Not with hidden words, but with truth finally spoken. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge was waiting for you all along, and it was the realization that genuine understanding always begins when honest hearts choose openness over silence. Not every ending is truly an ending. Sometimes the final truth opens the door to an even greater revelation. If you are still here, then this last chapter was meant for. After the conversation ended, silence returned for only a brief moment. But this silence felt completely different. It was no longer filled with unanswered questions. It was filled with understanding. The person you love looked back at everything that had happened and realized that every delay, every hesitation, and every quiet moment had led to this one unforgettable day. They finally understood that the greatest challenge was never revealing the truth. The greatest challenge was believing that the truth would be accepted. As that realization settled into their heart, they noticed something they had never seen before. Peace. Real peace. The kind of peace that only appears after hidden burdens disappear. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Then another surprising realization arrived. The personal truth about this woman had done something completely unexpected. It had revealed who truly listened with understanding instead of assumptions. It had revealed who chose patience over quick judgment. It had revealed the strength of a connection that survived uncertainty without losing hope. That discovery became even more valuable than the truth itself. Because some answers do more than solve mysteries. They reveal the character of every heart involved. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The person you love quietly reflected on every moment they almost gave up. Every unfinished message. Every conversation they postponed. Every opportunity they believed had already passed. Now they smiled at those memories. Not because the journey had been easy. Because they finally understood why it happened the way it did. Sometimes life prepares hearts before it reveals answers. Sometimes understanding arrives only after patience has completed its work. That was the hidden lesson from the very beginning. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is one final thought they wished they had shared much earlier. They wanted you to know that genuine feelings are never measured by how quickly someone speaks. They are measured by the honesty they choose when the moment finally arrives. That moment became today. No more uncertainty. No more hidden weight. Only clarity. Only sincerity. Only the quiet confidence that comes from choosing truth. As they looked toward the future, they no longer saw unanswered questions. They saw new opportunities. New conversations. New memories waiting to be created. For the first time in a long while, tomorrow no longer felt uncertain. It felt full of possibility. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. If you have followed this entire journey, remember what this story has truly been about. It was never about fear. It was never about rumors. It was never about creating distance. It was about discovering that patience can protect hope, honesty can restore trust, and understanding can transform confusion into clarity. The person you love finally learned that hearts become stronger when they stop hiding behind silence and begin speaking with kindness. That is the once-in-a-lifetime revelation hidden inside this story. The truth that seemed impossible to reveal became the very reason hope returned. The misunderstanding became the beginning of understanding. The silence became the beginning of meaningful conversation. And the journey that started with mystery ended with a heart that was finally free to speak without fear. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge was waiting for you from the very first moment of this story. It was never just a hidden truth. It was the discovery that honesty, patience, and understanding have the power to change an ordinary moment into an unforgettable new beginning. Even after the truth has been revealed, one final message remains. If you have stayed through this entire journey, then this last chapter is for you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The person you love now understands something they could never see while they were carrying that hidden truth. They believed the secret was the center of the story, but it never was. The real story was about the courage to choose honesty after a long season of silence. As they looked back, every unanswered question suddenly had a purpose. Every delay had a lesson. Every quiet moment had meaning. Nothing had been wasted. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The personal truth about this woman no longer feels like a burden. It has become a reminder that appearances can never tell the whole story. Many people believed they already understood what was happening. Many formed conclusions before hearing the complete picture. Yet when the truth finally came into the light, everything changed. The mystery disappeared. The confusion faded. Understanding quietly took its place. That is why this journey mattered so much. Not because it was filled with secrets. Because it was filled with growth. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The person you love now walks forward with a lighter heart. They no longer carry hidden words that were waiting to be spoken. Instead, they carry confidence that honesty creates stronger foundations than silence ever could. They remember every moment they almost turned back. Every time fear whispered, "Wait a little longer." Every time doubt said, "Maybe tomorrow." But now they smile because tomorrow finally arrived, and it brought something they never expected. Freedom. Not freedom from another person. Freedom from uncertainty. Freedom from unanswered questions. Freedom from carrying a story alone. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As this chapter closes, another beautiful realization begins. The strongest connections are not built because everything is perfect. They are built because people choose understanding when life becomes uncertain. They choose patience when answers are delayed. They choose kindness when assumptions would be easier. The person you love has discovered that these choices matter far more than any misunderstanding ever could. That discovery changes the future. It changes the way they see every conversation. It changes the way they value every shared moment. It changes the way they understand trust. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. There is one final reflection they wish you could hear. If I could relive this journey, I would choose honesty sooner. Not because the past can be changed, but because truth has a way of bringing peace that silence never can. Those words remain in their heart. Not as regret. As wisdom. Wisdom gained through patience. Wisdom gained through reflection. Wisdom gained through finally choosing openness over hesitation. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. If this story has stayed with you until now, remember its deepest message. Sometimes the answers we search for are already moving toward us. Sometimes the conversation we fear becomes the conversation that brings the greatest clarity. Sometimes the truth we hesitate to share becomes the beginning of a stronger tomorrow. The person you love has learned that hidden truths lose their power the moment they are shared with sincerity and kindness. And that is the final revelation. The journey did not end with a secret. It ended with understanding. It did not end with uncertainty. It ended with hope. It did not end with silence. It ended with hearts that finally chose honesty. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge was waiting for you from the very first sentence of this story. It was the reminder that every meaningful connection grows stronger when patience, trust, and truth walk forward together, and that even the longest season of silence can become the beginning of a brighter chapter.